Cross Egypt Challenge is an annual cross-country endurance motorcycle and scooter rally conducted throughout the most difficult and challenging roads and tracks of Egypt. The rally is open to amateur and professional riders from around the globe. The distance of the rally ranges between 2,500 and 3,000 kilometers, but with a different route every year. Participants usually ride from 200 to 500 kilometers per day. History. Cross Egypt Challenge started in the year 2011 when one night in Alexandria, Ahmed El-Zerbi, founder of the Cross Egypt Challenge, was enjoying a normal evening with his cousins when one of them suggested they should take a trip to Sharm el-Sheikh on the scooters. The rest is history. The idea of traveling to another city by scooter intrigued El-Zerbi. Few days later, at another get-together with his cousins, he proposed a daring idea. "I thought if we could go to Sharm el-Sheikh, we could go anywhere else." Scooter rallies are organized all over the world, but nothing like this had ever been done in Egypt, and there is no reason why we should not have an event like that here. We have the space, a beautiful country, and great places to visit. The declining tourist numbers after the revolution worried El-Zerbi, and the Cross Egypt Challenge seemed a good idea to generate international media interest. After the revolution, the global media focused mainly on the problems Egypt was having, creating the impression that Egypt had stopped being safe. He explained, "Yes, we are facing big challenges, but for the most part Egypt is a safe place to be. I wanted to show the world that it is possible to travel across the country on a scooter and arrive safely." The international media loved the idea, and stories were carried by the likes of BBC, National Geographic and Discovery Channel. After the success of the challenge in its first year, back in 2011, El-Zerbi and his team decided that they would turn the Cross Egypt Challenge into an annual event. 2011 edition. The first season of Cross Egypt Challenge took place between October 14th and 22, 2015, and was a 9 days ride from the shores of the Mediterranean Sea in the north of Egypt to the Temple of Abu Simbel, on the southern borders of Egypt, with a total distance of about 1,700 kilometers. 15 riders from 3 different countries took place in the 2011 season, in which 14 were able to complete the challenge successfully. The challenge began at the site of the modern Bibliotheca Alexandrina in the ancient city of Alexandria, passed by the Great Pyramids of Giza in Cairo, and crossed the Nile River and the Suez Canal on the way to the eastern Egyptian border at Taba. The riders head south to the cities of Nouadhibah and Dahab before reaching the world-famous resort city of Sharm el-Sheikh. They then took a ferry across the Gulf of Suez to Harada and continued their journey to the legendary city of Luxor, the world's largest open-air museum, where they rode down the Avenue of the Sphinxes to reach the magnificent Temple of Karnak. The team continued to Aswan and further south to end the journey in front of the most famous temple of Ramses II, Abu Simbel, on the shores of Lake Nasser. 2012 edition. The 2012 season of Cross Egypt Challenge began on October 12, 2012 and lasted for 8 days. The season witnessed a 2,400 kilometers route starting from Egypt's capital and the home of the famous Tahrir Square, Cairo, then head toward the coastal city of Alexandria before going west to the city of Marsa Matruh. From Marsa Matruh, the riders rode south and explored the most fascinating oases of the Egyptian Sahara, SIW at Afra, Dakhla and Karga, before arriving to the final destination, Luxor, the world's largest open-air museum. The 2012 season had 25 riders, 10 different countries, 24 in which were able to complete the challenge successfully. 2013 edition. The 2013 season started on November 8, 2013 and lasted for 9 days. The total distance of the 2013 route was 2,400 kilometers and started from the Mediterranean city of Alexandria, passed by Egypt's capital, Cairo, made stops at the western desert oases of Bahria, Farafra, Dakhla, and Karguk, then head east towards Luxor, Harada, and Sokhna before ending the journey in Cairo at the foot of the Great Pyramids of Giza. 44 riders from 11 different countries took place in the 2013 season of Cross Egypt Challenge. 2014 edition. The fourth season of Cross Egypt Challenge started on November 14, 2014 and lasted for 9 days. The 2014's 3,000 kilometers route started from the Mediterranean city of Alexandria, passed by Egypt's capital, Cairo, made stops at Ain Sokhna, El Gona, Marsa Alam before crossing the Egyptian eastern desert towards Luxor and Aswan, then went deep south to Abu Simbel at the southern borders of Egypt before heading north by the Nile Valley towards Assarout and then ending the journey in Cairo under the Great Pyramids of Giza. 52 riders from 11 different countries took place in the fourth season of Cross Egypt Challenge, 48 of which were able to complete the challenge successfully. 2015 edition. The 2015 and 5th anniversary season of Cross Egypt Challenge will start on October 23, 2015 and will last for 9 days. The 2,725 kilometers route this year will begin from the Mediterranean's largest coastal city, Alexandria, then pass through the capital, Cairo, en route to the Red Sea's resort Sokhna before going south to visit the amazing resort cities of Sal Hashish and Marsa Alam on the Red Sea shore. The challenge will then head west to the Nile Valley to visit the ancient city of Luxor, the world's largest open-air museum city, and the capital of ancient Egypt, where the participants will spend 2 days in celebration for the rally's 5th anniversary. From Luxor, the riders will head northwest to explore some of the most fascinating oases of the Egyptian Sahara. A total number of 3 oases will be explored en route before the final leg of the 2015 season of Cross Egypt Challenge takes place between Bahria, Oasis and Cairo to end the new season at the most sacred place in Egypt, under the Great Pyramids of Giza. Cross Egypt Challenge is considered the only organized cross-country rally of its kind in the entire region and combines the best of adventure, travel and extreme sport. Each season of the endurance rally introduces a new route throughout the most famous spots of Egypt. Tens of adventure riders fly to Egypt yearly to take part of the famous challenge. List of participants: 2011 participants, 2012 participants, 2013 participants, 2014 participants. Television coverage: October 2011, Al Jazeera documentary channel produced a full-length documentary about the first season of Cross Egypt Challenge. However, due to production issues at the channel, the movie was aired in June 2014. The film crew followed the riders of the first season as they traveled through Egypt on the scooters and documented their journey from day to day and from town to town. Link to the full movie: https://www.youtube.com. Watch v=GTDVP. September 2011, National Geographic Radio conducted a radio interview with Ahmed El-Zobi of Cross Egypt Challenge to speak about the initiative and what the plans for the future are. Link to the full episode: http radio National Geographic.com. Radio Pananogram Weekend Archives 1139. November 2014, Egyptian TV station CBC broadcast a short documentary about the 2014 season of Cross Egypt Challenge. Linked to the documentary, https://www.youtube.com. Watch V=Ronak-D3W. December 2014, interview with Ahmed El-Zerbi, founder of Cross Egypt Challenge, to speak about the recently finished 2014 season of Cross Egypt Challenge on Sabah morning show on Egyptian TV station ONTV. Link to the interview, https://www.youtube.com. Watch V=QDG50FRJMDW. February 2015, famous Egyptian sport program Douz Banzine on Mewah channel dedicated an episode about the 2014 season of Cross Egypt Challenge. Linked to the episode, https://www.youtube.com. Watch V=Mayagadir 00. Incidents.